It feels the worst when it starts out strong. That first month he was so into you, texting dozens of times a day, planning the date while you're still on the date, telling you effusively how beautiful you are, how much he likes you, how excited he is, talking about a future. And then something happens. You don't know what it is, but everything feels different. Suddenly his constant efforts start to wane and you're left feeling kind of off balance. On this Love You podcast, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do when that happens again. Stick around. I'm Marc, Katz, dating coach for smart, strong, successful women and your personal trainer for love. Welcome to the Love You podcast. Keep listening to learn what to do when he doesn't put in an effort. When we're done, I'll let you know how you could apply to Love You to create a passionate relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood. So before I give you a tangible solution about what to do when a guy fails to make an effort, I want to establish a few things right up front. Number one, it really hurts when this happens. Men coming on strong feels like a promise, right? A promise of some sort of future. So when that effort, it started off hot and suddenly goes cold, goes away, it feels like something's actually being taken from you. And something you never actually had, but it feels like something's being taken from you. Really all that's being taken from you is the fantasy that this is going to materialize into something. Number two, a guy isn't a bad guy just because he doesn't make an effort. I hate to say that because sometimes there are some bad guys, but just because a guy doesn't step up to the plate doesn't mean he's inherently bad. It doesn't mean he's a liar or a player or a dick. It just may mean he's not that interested or he's not that motivated to become your boyfriend. That's different than a character assassination on a guy. Number three, virtually all relationships do start off with a colossal effort. That's how they get off the ground. Men don't get girlfriends by texting once every 2 weeks. Given that, it's semi-predictable that you're going to see some guys come on by love bombing you to win you over at the beginning and ultimately conclude a few weeks or months later that you're not compatible. Right? That happens all the time. Women equally have the right to be really excited about a guy and determine over the subsequent weeks and months that, maybe I overestimated this guy. Maybe the more I get to know about him, the less I like him. You're entitled to the same behavior. So if you've ever been interested in a guy and then been not interested in the guy and kind of eased off and stopped responding to his texts for a few days or not at all, well, you engage in this very same behavior that we're talking about today. So now, the first thing you need to know about how to position yourself is this central metaphor, right? This is everything in Love You. You are the CEO of your own love life. And I want you to start to embrace that, even if we're not working together right now. I want you to, right at this moment, embrace the idea that you're the CEO of your own love life. And what it means to be the CEO is that you get to determine what happens in a relationship instead of giving him the power to make the same determination. So, if a CEO, in this case you, brought on an intern because he seemed to really want the job, he interviewed well, he swore he wanted to build a career right here with you, that on the surface would seem to be a good hire. But if that seemingly eager intern decided, for whatever reason, that he wasn't as excited about the job as he initially thought, that's fair, happens. But instead of telling you that, he acted differently because, like most people, he's non-confrontational. So his way of illustrating that he's not that excited about the job anymore is that he started working a lot less. Suddenly, your intern, who was coming in at 7:30 in the morning and staying till 7:30 at night, now only comes into the office once a week. And even when he's working from home, you don't really know how much he's working. Right? We're really beating this metaphor to death. So when you're the CEO, it's pretty obvious what to do in that situation. So if you were in Love You with me, we would operate as if you were the CEO and that any guy is just the intern. And what would a CEO do with an intern who only shows up once every week or two? Well, you know that as the boss of the company, any decision you make is the right one. The buck stops with you. You have total control because it's your company. So you should, after being the boss of this company for a number of years, have a baseline of what to expect, what behavior is normal from a typical intern. And if you are the CEO, you shouldn't be terribly afraid of communicating your needs to this intern directly, because you're running a company, you got to set some expectations, and if this intern can't get things done, you're going to have to find another intern. And you know, as the CEO, that interns are not that hard to come by. I mean, maybe might not be easy to make a great long-term hire, but interns are plentiful. If you let go of this one, they got to interview a bunch of guys for another month to find a better one who wants the job. But it's better to leave the position open than to have an intern who's working, holding open a desk for a guy who doesn't show up at work. You see why I love this metaphor? Whether you're dating a guy for a few weeks or dating a guy for a few years, you're always the CEO. And if you're not satisfied with his job performance, it doesn't matter what his resume looks like. Doesn't matter how well he did at the very beginning. Doesn't matter what potential he holds. Doesn't matter what he says or how you feel when you're with him on a date about how good things could be. We don't pay attention to how things could be. We pay attention to how things are right now. With a man whose effort is lagging, the answer for you is not to pick up the slack for him and suddenly do the intern's job. It's to communicate to him gently, supportively, that you've noticed that he's not making the same effort as he did at the beginning. And you can give him a chance to explain himself. Hey, maybe it's circumstance. Maybe he's slammed at work. Maybe he's just not feeling like himself for whatever reason. But chances are, you've just called attention to what he hoped you wouldn't notice, that he's dropping the ball as a potential boyfriend. And this recognition gives him two choices. You don't even have to give an ultimatum. The ultimatum is implicit. He's got to step up or step out, or you're going to ease him out the door. If he steps up, it's because you had the confidence to set healthy boundaries and positively encouraged him to live up to his expectations. If he steps out and says, I can't do this anymore, she's got expectations of me, great. You didn't actually lose a very good boyfriend, now did you? You lost a lazy intern who had plenty of potential but cared so little about his job performance that he actually started to mail it in. Good riddance to that guy. A man doesn't have to smother you to be a good boyfriend. And yes, it's normal for men's effort to wane a little bit after they get to know you. No guy's going to give you flowers every week. So yes, there's going to be some decline in effort for people. Right? But if you're consistently dating a guy and feeling anxious, feeling uneasy, feeling unwanted, all you got to do is put on that CEO hat and demonstrate to him that his job is on the line if he doesn't step up. Most men aren't up to the task, but that's okay. If you raise the bar up here, you're only going to date guys who are up here with you. My name is Marc Katz. Thank you for tuning into the Love You podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button and ring the bell. Choose all to ensure you get notified when new content comes out. If you're listening on the audio podcast, please share an honest review on Apple. More reviews equals more awareness of the Love You podcast and more love in the world. And if you want to find love right now, like today right now, and you're committed to making healthier relationship choices with men, being the CEO instead of thinking about being the CEO, that will help you get a relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood. That's what I do for my clients. Look for the link below. Apply for coaching and Love You, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.